Record. Okay, we're gonna record. Okay, we are recording. All right, I'm just gonna run. Let me know when I'm ready. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, welcome to Fit Over 40. It is great. We are moving into February now. We now know that the Cardinals still suck, and they will be sitting at home at the or fishing or whatever they do in the off season. They should be looking for new players, a new coach. But anyway, all that said, I got my man, Arthur Burris. He is the founder and CEO. I don't want to mess this up. What is the SCHEJ stand for?
So SCHEJ Incorporated is the name of the company.
Okay.
And our solution is PORTEIRO.
All right. Okay, great. He is in the building. We're going to chop it up about this company. I know you've been working on this for a while. We've been trying to put this collaboration together. So without further ado, go ahead and tell everybody who you are. And since I don't want you just talk business, give us a little background of who you are and how you got to this point.
So my name is Arthur Burris Jr., as you briefly noted there, and originally from Los Angeles, California.
That's
moved
right.
around a lot.
The best team. I think a team from Los Angeles is going to the Super Bowl, as far as I remember.
All LA, it's Lakers, Dodgers, and Rams. So if the Lakers are not doing it, you got the Rams at home.
We got to give somebody a chance. We can't just win every year.
Somebody from LA has to win from some sport, right?
Exactly.
But how did we get here? My foundation of this business is really set on 3 pillars, right? Advocacy for me, my personal challenge, and then advocacy for others. And that's pretty much my story.
Okay.
So if I fast track and if I go back to age 13, that's the foundation of where I am today, because I was one day away from losing my eyesight at age 13.
What happened?
So what happened was parents got divorced at age 5. Mother just kept me away from my father. Father's side of the family didn't know my whereabouts. And so the way I was brought up is just go to school, come straight home, pretty much sheltered, right? Straight A student, but no social life.
Gotcha.
And so my only play period was really, or socialization was during recess at the time. They called it recess in junior high school, right? So I used to play
recess anymore.
Used to play basketball.
Okay.
I guess I was pretty good at it that one day the coach came out and said, you need to try out after school. I'm like, no, I have a bus schedule. As soon as I get out of school, I catch the bus, I go home. He's like, don't worry, I'll write you a note. Okay. Got home, got the discipline of my life, so to speak. And this was a Monday, right? And during the course of that discipline, the belt buckle hit me in my left eye.
Whoa.
So Tuesday, I wake up, of course, the eye is red. My mother says, if anyone asks, just say it's pink eye, right? I'm 13, I don't know no better, right?
Yeah.
So the teachers are asking, what's going on? Because, they're thinking classic child abuse, which it was. And it's like, no, my mother says pink eye. Nothing they could do, right? Yeah. Tuesday goes on, Wednesday, my eye is like fluttering, right? It's like anytime I hit the light, it starts to want to shut down. Pink eye. So I guess one day, Friday, was one of my teachers. She was like, I don't care what your mother says, I'm taking you to the nurse's office. She takes me to the nurse's office, and the nurse was like, I can't do anything. So they rushed me to the hospital. I get to the hospital, they perform emergency laser surgery on my left eye.
Okay.
If I went one more day, and this was the weekend coming up, right? My mother wasn't taking.
Oh, he froze. Wonders of Zoom.
My father's side of the family. So when they asked me, they were like, where's your other family at? I'm like, I have no idea. So I ended up going to Juvenile Hall. So anything about Juvenile Hall in the 1979, this was at the beginning of the crack epidemic.
Yes.
So you got a lot of different individuals in Juvenile Hall in LA during that time frame. And my teacher was like, he does not belong here. He's just he's a victim of circumstance. How can I get him into my home and take care of him? And I had to stay in Juvenile Hall for 2 months. And during that 2-month time frame, she would bring my homework on a Friday and come pick it up on Sunday, just so I could stay on path to graduate from, that grade and progress to the ninth grade, right?
Sure.
So 2 months later, they awarded me to be in her care until I graduated. And then I went into foster care system, right? So the way I look at it is she had not advocated for me to not be stuck in a system like Juvenile Hall with no education. I would not have had, if you fast forward 27 years later, I would not have had the 20+ year professional career that I had working at 4 Fortune 25 companies and 1 Fortune 500 companies, right? I would not have had that experience.
Gotcha.
So if I go pivot past the personal challenge and go up one to where I'm now advocating for others is how do I collectively take the talents and capabilities of my team members and then the skills that I've attained over the years, create something that benefits you as a busy individual, right? Businesses and solopreneurs, and at the same time, while helping those individuals or those businesses, how do we give back to society?
Okay.
And that's where I come back to advocating for others, because if it wasn't for me, someone advocating for me, I wouldn't have this great opportunity.
Gotcha. All right. All right. So let's fast forward. Let's talk about the company and how you founded it. What was the inspiration? I mean, because it's a really cool app. And I know exactly what you're up to, but I'm going to let you share that with the audience. But were you just laying in bed one day going, how did you come up with the idea?
It was a dream that came to me, but this is where we go in the middle where we talk about the personal challenge, right?
Sure.
So from a personal challenge, I had a home in Arizona, and then I was working out of California, the Bay Area. I was working at PayPal at the time.
Okay.
So I would travel back and forth. I would leave home on a Sunday, fly out to California, and then I would come back from California, Arizona on Friday, right? So my Saturdays are spent, I'm going to the barber, I get a head shave, face shave. I got to drop off.
You go to the barber to shave your head, man?
I get a razor cut.
You know how expensive that would be? Yeah.
Well, once a week I get a.
You get the towel, the hot towel.
I get the hot towel,
razor.
The razor. You have to do that at least once a week because I can't do that every day.
Right. Sure.
So I'll touch it up during the week, every other day with the clippers.
Yeah.
But the razor gets it really, really clean and close.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So I'm dropping off dry cleaning. I'm picking up dry cleaning, get the car wash, go buy food, manicure, pedicure every couple of weeks. Got to keep the toes and the hands tight. Right?
Got to be on, man.
Can't be cutting up those sheets.
Right. Exactly.
And then,
exactly.
Yeah. And then you clean the house. So my Saturday is spent running around.
Mm-hmm.
And you figure at the end of the day, it's like, there's no time to do anything else. And Sunday, I'm back on, the plane back to go work for the week.
Yeah.
So I said, if there's other busy professionals, if I'm having this issue as a busy professional, there has to be other busy professionals that have the same issue. Yes. And at the same time, I even validated it with, people that have kids, children. Because as you know, during the weekends, it's children events, whether it's soccer, football, baseball, whatever sport, volleyball. So you're running your kids all over town.
Right.
When do you as a parent have time to take care of yourself?
Exactly.
Right. And then by the time these events are over, most.
I think he's frozen again.
With everything.
He's back.
Going
froze
on
there for a second.
Yeah. We have to have. Yeah, it froze. So I figure
all right,
everyone.
It's all right. Just keep doing your thing. Yeah, I can hear you. So
in this age of delivery apps, why not have services delivered to you? And then that's how PORTEIRO was born.
All right. PORTEIRO, that's an interesting name. What does that mean? Or how'd you come up with that?
So looking for names because the concept is a concierge, right?
Okay.
And if you translate concierge from English to Portuguese or vice versa, that's where PORTEIRO comes from. So PORTEIRO means concierge in Brazilian Portuguese.
That's awesome. Okay. So if I'm a business owner, I do, as you know, you're in my group. I got a couple of different businesses. I'm a Jamaican, really. I got like 8 jobs. So let's pretend you were talking to me in the elevator, and I said, "Hey, man, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do for a living? How would you pitch PORTEIRO to me?"
Well, PORTEIRO is the simplest way to find, buy, and sell a service. So as a business owner like yourself or a solopreneur, you spend a lot of time today and money trying to find and acquire customers.
Right.
So if you look at the research, on average, if people use a services marketplace platform like some of our competitors, they pay on average like $400 a month just to secure a lead. But that lead doesn't necessarily mean a sale.
Right.
And even if you do sell on a platform, the commissions are like 15% on average. And then on top of that, you add in the payment processing fees, which is about 3%. So now you're out $400 a month on average just to generate a lead, not guaranteed a sale. You receive a sale, and then you have to pay like upwards of 18 to 20% just to receive any revenue from there, right?
Right.
So this is where PORTEIRO comes into play, right? There's like over 500,000 business apps if you look at both the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
That's true. Yes.
But how do you generate that one mobile app that you can run your business on, that provides scheduling, that provides on demand? We pay for the payment processing fees. We're partnering with Stripe, so it comes out of our account.
I have Stripe. I know who that is. Yes.
Yeah. Our average monthly subscription fee is less than $12 a month.
Okay.
And then our marketplace
Hold up
fee
real
on
quick.
that.
Yes. So at $13, I'm sure it's like $12.99 or something like that. What do I get at that price level? You don't have to go through all your pricing, but just start with that. What would I get with that?
At our middle tier, which is about $19.99 a month. That's because there's a one for zero and so forth. But at that point, you're only paying like 3% marketplace fee, right? Our average marketplace fee is less than 7%. So we have a range from 12% to like no marketplace fee. And what that means is after every transaction, we take a percentage, because that's how we build our technology platform. Similar to like Uber Eats, DoorDash, on average, they charge 15%. We charge less than 7%. So that's the reinvest in the technology, because we're thinking ahead, not just for the now, but in the future, is how do we simplify the way you sell services?
Excellent. All right. So basically, I log on as a business. I set up what I need to do, how people can use my services. You guys market, or are there categories, or how does that work?
Yeah, so there's 8 verticals that we have, set up, right? And then we'll market. So as we accumulate more and more users, what the plan is to start marketing your services within that vertical as part of our social media exposure for you, right? Look at it as an additional marketing channel for you. And then we consider ourselves, PORTEIRO, as another sales channel for you, where we start reducing the cost of doing business. First off, our first objective is how do we eliminate fees or charges for receiving payment, right? So that's the first thing we want to focus on. And then as we progress, how do we provide additional technologies to help you simplify the way you sell your business? So yeah, there's 8 different verticals. You can list as many services, that you provide. You could be across multiple verticals. And we plan on providing a unique experience. But at the same time, our foundation is giving back. So we also will have a feature here shortly, whereas you donate to a cause specific to you, and then we contribute as well.
Oh, okay. So how have you been marketing it with COVID and everything? I'm sure an app like this would be great at a tech show or something like that. With COVID, how are you getting the word out?
So right now, we're on week 3. So right now we're just focusing on organic social media marketing. We just set up our YouTube channel. Surprisingly, or it's good, it's starting to get a lot of viewership. And we've also submitted for public relations platforms and so forth. We made Google News. So that should be making a room. That should be making around pretty soon. And again, we're just focusing on our social media organically right now on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So podcast is another way of getting the word out, right?
Sure.
My objective this year is to be a guest on 100 podcasts, and you're podcast number 7. So
Number 7, I should be number 1. Oh, come on, man.
You're the top 10.
Hey, that's true.
10.
Top 10, I'll take it.
You're the top 10. You're the top 10. But it's part of me stepping out and increasing awareness.
That's good, because I mean, it's just a different way of getting your message out, because there are tons of podcasts and you never know. I always tell people you never know who's listening. You never know.
Right.
If you might hit that one client that goes, man, we need this for what we do.
Yes.
So, this is Fit Over 40, and, you're in my fitness group, and you've decided to make some serious lifestyle and diet changes. Let's dive into that. What is the philosophy behind what you're doing as far as nutrition and fitness right now?
As much as I can control my health, because health is everything. So if you don't have good health, you won't be able to run a business. You won't be able to see your kids grow. You won't be able to perform, at a high level. So for me, it was really how can I control the longevity of my life as long as it's within my hands, right? Because I can't control external factors.
Gotcha.
But what I can control is what I eat and then what I do from an activity perspective. So, I turned 100% vegan last year as of March, transitioned from being pescatarian to now just 100% vegan. And then, I work out 5 days a week, roughly about 1.5 to 2.5 hours, depending on the workout schedule that I have. Mm-hmm. I have a full plan. So, yeah.
Okay. And how have you, what changes have you seen in your physique, your health, well-being?
Staying lean is one. The energy is another factor. And I guess some usefulness, if you take away the gray goatee, which I may have to trim down because it's starting to get a little bit longer than people would like.
People refer to women because you don't care what us dudes say, right?
No, I don't care.
You don't care. But women are like, you may need to trim that. Like,
okay. It might need to trim that down a little bit. They like the short version, but I'll be 56 in April. So,
oh wow!
Everyone says I kind of look 40-ish without the gray goatee. So we'll see.
All right. So why the transition from pescatarian to veganism straight? Just what prompted that? Is it for some people when they go all plant-based, a lot of times it's spiritual, sometimes it's just health. What was your reasoning behind it?
I think it's a combination of health, but then I had a food poisoning, right? So it was, of course, the pandemic was still going on last year. And unfortunately here in California, I guess I went to the wrong restaurant. And I think the seafood that they served me, I would have to say that it was probably old or spoiled.
Yeah,
because
seafood is hit or miss. You never know what you're gonna get. It's like old fours. You never know what you're gonna get with that box of chocolates.
It's true. So I assume that they probably held on, because the pandemic, seafood is very expensive. It seems like they probably held on to some of this food and try to cover up with sauces and so forth. And it just from the first bite, it didn't seem right. But, I ate it, thinking, I don't know, it's okay. And then I paid for it. And after that, I was like, that's it. I'm going 100% plant-based because A, I can control what I eat if I go buy it. And then B, if I go to a vegan restaurant, I know similarly what I'm getting.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Pretend, what's a question someone would ask? What makes your app different than any other concierge service?
Well, there'll be multiple. The one is we're eliminating payment processing fees for solopreneurs and small businesses.
Okay.
From a consumer perspective, which would be our members, is personalization. So personalization is lacking in a lot of these apps because if you go into the apps, you have all of these different categories.
Sure.
But how does someone like yourself personalize it?
Yeah, because like I run, depending on what I'm doing, people are, is it like you said, you eliminate the fee. So like I run Zelle, there's no fee, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. So by joining you, you were just consolidating all that into one thing, or you eliminate that and it's all just blended into your monthly fee?
I'm eliminating it for you. right? So again, we're partnering with Stripe. Stripe does offer, because part of our feedback from our early user base is they rather use Google Pay and or Android Pay and Apple Pay. So they are on the Stripe platform. So we plan on doing an update to push that up in the app so users can select Apple Pay, Android Pay, as far as like Google Pay and then Samsung Pay, because that's part of that Android Pay family. And then, of course, they can add a card on file if they wish to, right? And it makes perfect sense because there's a lot of, issues going on with data breaches, major companies. So from an extra security perspective, I agree.
Okay, very good. Well, that's interesting for sure. So do you guys offer a trial period, or how do people get in and see if it works for them?
So we have a free plan, a free tier. So there's no monthly subscription, but then of course there's a.
You know what those free tiers are? It's limited. You can't put your last name on here. That's fake, man. You know, first.
Yeah, so we don't necessarily have a free trial period. It's just what we call a free tier, but we do charge a higher convenience fee to our members as consumers, or a higher marketplace fee to our partners, which are your small business owners. As you increase the subscription plan, then the lower the convenience fee and the marketplace fee after each transaction. Mm-hmm. And we're not offering any, you have to sign up for a year kind of thing. So having worked in the financial services industry, one thing that I do want to rid of is, cancellation issues, right? Because you see a lot of that where people try to cancel, like they try to cancel Spotify, they can't really cancel. So you see a thread on Twitter, it's like, this is not good, Spotify. I try to cancel, and you're burying it, and, to make it difficult. We don't have a plan where you sign up for a year, and that it's month to month. If you don't want to use it anymore, you just, opt out, cancel out, or whatever the case may be. You could turn your profile off or on. So I wanted to make it very easy for people.
Okay. You also mentioned that you have a scheduling part of that. It schedules for you.
Yeah. So you can set up a schedule that you're available to provide services. So people will see when they're searching for you. You can set it up daily, weekly, whatever the case may be. It syncs with your Google Calendar, your iCalendar, and then Microsoft Outlook. So that's part of that scheduling aspect where we want to be an all-in-one app, right? Everything's an app. You don't have to go outside the app to run a scheduling system. You don't have to go outside the app for a CRM system, and you don't have to go outside the app to do payment processing.
Perfect. I like it. All right, so where can people find you out there? And go through all your social media so people can find you, because everybody's on something different. I haven't seen you any TikTok videos yet.
No TikTok videos. I probably have to find someone. I might have to find somebody to do that, because I don't think I'm TikTok worthy, but I see that's the trend now.
Have you seen some of the stuff on there?
I have.
Just do it.
I don't know if I want to embarrass myself.
Better. Yeah. That gets, if you embarrass yourself, you go viral.
Maybe I should do something stupid, right?
That seems to be the generation we're in. You'll go viral. If you actually come on with some common sense, no one will want to hear that. Tell everybody about your social media and where they can find you.
Yeah, so PORTEIRO app is our main handle, PORTEIRO. You can find us on the YouTube channel. We are on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on LinkedIn, and we're on Instagram. And we'll be building Pinterest soon, but those are the main ones for now.
Will you guys be showcasing the app anywhere, like the trade shows and things of that nature?
That will be coming up. So we're planning.
We're going to open back up.
Yeah, we're definitely planning to attend some trade shows and events, and we'll progress from there. So we have a huge go-to-market plan where we're seeking brand ambassadors. We definitely want to enter the metaverse. That's one of our emerging technologies that we're focusing on. We have another list of technologies we want to integrate, digital currencies, et cetera. So everything is to make everyone's life easier. And that's the reason why we say the simplest way to find, buy, and sell a service.
I love it. All right, my man. Well, we're up against the clock, and I appreciate you coming on. Anything you want to leave the audience with before we check out?
Go to the Apple Store, go to the Google Play Store, download PORTEIRO, sign up as a partner if you're a small business owner or solopreneur, sign up as a member as a consumer, give us some feedback, because we can only get better based on that feedback, because this app is for you, and help us make a societal impact with every transaction so we can support your local communities.
All right. I'm gonna check it out, you know, but I need to guarantee you're gonna put my whole name on there and my whole email. Or do I gotta
blast
go
it
to
out.
the top tier, like the platinum tier? Well,
Yeah,
with your whole phone number, you got to sign up for the big deal. All right, my man. Well, thank you for coming on, and we apologize for the earlier difficulties, but we got it done. So we will be looking out to see success, and then we'll probably have you back on to see how it goes in a couple months, see how things are going, and maybe you've made some changes to the platform.
I appreciate that, Clarence. Thanks for the opportunity.
And I appreciate the feedback in the group and, you know, participating, because that's work too. All right, my man. Enjoy Cali. We'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.